Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Weekend Big Show, powered by Law Dog Sports. I am Chuck Ramsey, the Law Dog, here with you, as we always do on Fridays, and talk sports with you here on Facebook, Twitter X, and YouTube. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel at Law Dog Sports and share our live streams with your friends. Jeremy Schroeder, the ruler of the airwaves, joining me today as he always does. Jeremy, love the Chonkla hat. Every time you wear it, it just gives me a warm feeling and a red bottom.
Yeah, that's what it's for, you know.
Anyways, how are you doing, amigo?
Man, I'm tired. It's been a long week. Trying to catch up on highlights from last night.
Yeah. I didn't catch. I actually watched college basketball last night. I know Baker and the Bucks lost to the Falcons on a last-second field goal, but last night it was Iowa. It was the Cy-Hawk Trophy. It was Iowa versus Iowa State at Hilton. Iowa State, a highly ranked team this year. Iowa kind of asserting themselves. And former player who I called all four of his high school years, Tate Sage, with a really great night last night for the Hawkeyes. 6'7", Jeremy, with guard skills and able to, oh man, did you just do that on our show? My Lord, are you kidding me? Anyway, he is 6'7", and I had forgot the game was on. I got back from tournament play yesterday, and for Weatherford High School, and then Dan Narva actually reminded us in our message thread that they were playing. Iowa loses 66-62, and man, a topsy-turvy game with some lead changes and things like that. But Tate Sage, my former Weatherford Eagle, 8 points, 4 rebounds, and really he played a lot of minutes. He played 26 minutes there in that game. So I like what that Coach McCollum's doing for the Hawkeyes and what he's brought to the Big Ten, because he made that quick jump after 1 year from Drake. And it's system ball, but that's been proven over the years, Jeremy, that system ball works in basketball.
It does. Bobby Knight did it for a million years between Indiana and Texas Tech.
Yeah.
If the system's sound, it works.
Jim Boeheim. I mean, he was able to get a championship with Carmelo Anthony. I mean, think about that.
Carmelo was the system,
He man,
get the organ queued up every time he gets the ball in the post. Dun, dun,
I will not slander that 03 Syracuse team. Dan Narva checking in from Michigan. Good morning and happy Friday. He also says got a Fair State Bulldog to graduate today, so maybe a short timer. So Dan is definitely invested on the Fair State, and they're paying tuition there, and good for them. I'm pretty sure he's got a kid that's graduated. That's his kid that he's talking about. But Dan Narva checking in. And I tell you, since Dan is in the state of Michigan, Jeremy, and it kind of uncracks that egg, let's go ahead and jump into our rundown here. I had a list of topics we were gonna venture into. We had your Thunder are playing just outstanding basketball, regardless of what Grayson Allen thinks. And then also
Grayson Allen is a punk. He's always been a punk. He's a dirty player.
Punk at that.
He's, oh my God.
It's bad.
He's such, oh my gosh.
It's been bad for 8 years, Jeremy.
Where did he go to college? Did he go to Duke?
Duke.
He
pulled that crap under Coach K.
Kicking guys, tripping people, just
stomping legs. He's been the biggest. I don't know.
If this was the 90s, someone would have already whooped him.
Well, right now, I would say he's got maybe the biggest thumper on his team.
Let's see.
The big dude that was at Houston and Memphis. He was out there on the court. He grabbed Chet.
Okay. I was going to say biggest thumper in the league is Steven Adams.
Well, he's more of a peacekeeper. I mean, he's that guy that's never going to lose his cool. He could be a thumper if he wanted.
Well, he almost lost on Willie Cauley-Stein when he just grabbed him and pushed him up underneath the basket support. I thought he was going to kill him. That'd been great.
Yeah. Dylan Brooks.
Dylan Brooks.
Dylan Brooks is on the same squad as Grayson Allen, and if he was not, then I would foresee, did you see Desmond Bain just blast who was it? Obi, who's the guy for the Knicks?
Obi Toppin?
No, that's Pacers.
Obi Uman, no, that's a
I won't
Obi
butcher the
something.
name. Obi guy. And so there was a play where it was the Magic, I think.
Yeah. I'm looking at that.
Desmond Bain. Gosh, let me go back and find their game against the Knicks.
Obi Anunoby.
So Anunoby had fouled one of their players pretty hard earlier, and it was a game the Knicks won 106-100. But Desmond Bain, there's a loose ball, 2 players fall out. Obi was one of them. Desmond Bain can pick up the ball off the court.
I did see that. Why did you do that? I watched the lip reading breakdown of it. It was outstanding.
He just hurt. Obi with the ball. I loved it. All right, so let's get into our rundown. And college football has been front and center today. And man, I'm telling you, Pete Bavacqua was on his way to being the jackass of the week.
Oh, he is still in the running for jackass of the week. No matter what happened, northeast of there, he is still, or northwest of there, he is still jackass of the week. When the schedules start popping in the next couple of years and nobody is willing to play Notre Dame.
Yeah. The Dan Patrick interview was just really a total debacle to me. I mean, you're really going to go on the air and sit there and bash the ACC for promoting Miami, who is a full-fledged member, and not promote you, who are just kind of a volleyball and soccer member.
And when Marcus Freeman leaves for the New York Giants, and they have to take their hat and put it in their hand and go rehire Brian Kelly.
Oh,
he will be the jackass of the month.
In the words of Captain Picard, make it so.
Do it.
Yeah, I mean, and then to say we're and then that grant of rights that they got, that's
stop.
Cool.
Stop.
You're going to tell me they win, what was it, 12 games they're guaranteed in?
If they are in the top 12.
Yeah, top 12
of the final CFB ratings, they're guaranteed a playoff spot. Based on their schedule, which I did research that, their schedule was what, 45th?
Oh, it was bad.
As far as strength of schedule, like 52nd strength of record. They lost to A&M and Miami. They lost to A&M at home. Yeah. After that, they beat USC, which that was a good win. They were 17th. Other than that, they beat Boise State, group of 5. They beat one more group of 5. And the best record of P4 teams that they beat was 3-8.
Yeah.
So no, I'm sorry. You were so dominant. You didn't play anybody.
Mert Bilgen from YouTube. What is this? It's 2 random dudes talking to the internet.
2 random dudes talking to the internet. I've got a flip flop on my hat. We are.
I think it should say Law Dog Sports there on the banner. So thank you for checking in and commenting, though. We appreciate it. No, you're exactly right. It's just, I mean, I hate to agree with the pencil neck out with the LA Chamber of Commerce on FS1, but he's exactly right. USC doesn't need that rivalry anymore. And if they bail on them right now, I don't blame them, because you're already traveling back to the Midwest several times in a year.
Nobody needs Notre Dame because they're in conferences, Chuck. They don't need that rivalry because it at the end of the day, it doesn't matter.
Well, and tell me this,
because you can go play Michigan, you can play Michigan State, you can play any number of Big Ten teams in your conference are a very nice replacement for losing to a D1 independent.
Yeah. Well, and the automatic qualifiers, the system that they're wanting to move to, the 4-4-4-2-2-1-1, the 8-9-10, whatever the case might be. I mean, if that goes into effect, then you don't have. I mean, you'll have plenty of reason to schedule quality matchups, but
Sure.
there'll be no reason to schedule. I mean, you can give Notre Dame the bypass if you want, because they won't mean anything unless I guess they wouldn't care as long as they get their number 12 ranking. You know,
They could beat Northern Illinois 12 times and get in the top 12 and make the playoff.
couldn't beat them the year they made the final.
I know. Get their get back.
But you understand what I'm saying? I know.
I do.
I mean, and that's the thing. Also, I'll just say this, and I put it out on Twitter earlier. You know, Texas, Sarkisian and Del Conte and all of their media hype, they're griping about, we're just not going to schedule, big matchups. And then Notre Dame basically says, hold my beer.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
Just takes it that much further. But Bavacqua, to me, was just a total wanker on that Dan Patrick interview. And just, you're and then also to have the unfair advantage they've had for so long, Jeremy. Think about it. Our whole adult life, they've been put on a pedestal and given their own set of funding and all of this crap.
They have their own they have the Notre Dame Broadcasting Corporation.
Exactly.
They're the sacred cow of college football. Nobody cares about Notre Dame. They are the most self-important, just outrageously delusional school that is in D1. BYU has a massive following, has their own network. Guess what? They joined a conference. I would have put them in the playoff this year over Notre Dame, even though they had 2 losses. They lost to the same team twice.
I think they said back in the early 90s, there were as many as double-digit independents back then. Because you had Florida State didn't join the ACC till like 92, I think, or 91, I think.
It was Miami somewhere in that window.
Miami was later. Penn State was independent forever. BYU, Notre Dame,
BYU.
Yeah. And then the service academies, I think, were independent back in the old days. But nowadays, it's all about conference. And I'm telling you something, and I hear some of these guys go off on tangents. I'm all for taking the conferences and rearranging them and making them more regional. Doing whatever you got to do. I mean, Southwest Conference, baby. Southwest Conference or bust. I don't care.
Anybody with a functioning brain wants to see that.
Yeah.
Just because do I need to watch Stanford play Miami?
No.
I
don't need to watch. I don't need to watch.
Rutgers playing the Big Ten.
Berkeley.
I don't need that.
No.
Let's keep it regional. Build the rivalries back up.
Yeah.
But Notre Dame, join a conference or die.
Yeah.
Don't care.
Dan Narvis says the Irish have many familiar Big Ten relationships. That is true. I mean,
I mean, they should be in the Big Ten.
And I'll say this: I went to a Notre Dame game in 1999 when OU played there in Bob Stoops' first season.
Sure.
And we walked around campus, and I saw the touchdown Jesus and this stuff. And I remember at the time, and you think about where college football has come to now, Jeremy. I remember at the time just thinking, this is all just kind of smoke and mirrors. This isn't. It just wasn't over impressive to me. I didn't hear the echoes. I didn't, whatever their saying is, I didn't envision Rudy out there on that field.
You were Rudy's dad when you came through the tunnel.
Yeah,
it's the most beautiful sight these eyes have ever seen.
Shut up. But you know what I'm saying, and really, honestly, you think about it, that was in '99. And that was an OU team that would win the national title the next year. That might have been the most important game that Notre Dame played until they hired Charlie Weiss and played, that season against in 05, 04.
That would have been the Manti Te'o group.
No, that was the Brady Quinn group and the butt push against USC.
Oh yeah.
Pretty sure. No, that was 05, 04. I think they had Quinn in 04, but they brought in some talent under Weiss. Who was that? Bob Davie.
Bob Davie.
There.
Yep.
After Lou, he was their Gary Gibbs.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I always thought they would be an instant fit into the Big Ten. Then they start dabbling in other sports with with the ACC.
ACC just let them join for what, volleyball, basketball?
Oh yeah,
and
secondary sports completely.
If they okay, ACC needs to just drop them like a hot rock. ACC's dying. Notre Dame isn't going to save them.
No,
Even if they were a full member, it's not going to save them. The conference has a couple of good teams in it and a bunch of teams that are, I hate to say it because you know how we love the ponies. You got a bunch of borderline group of 5 teams in there.
yeah, and I'll tell you this much: for all of the talk, I know we're kind of wormholing it here. Dan Marvis says I don't think there were any real East Coast conferences way back when. That's
The
true.
Big East.
Well, that was
When Miami, West Virginia. Who else was in the Big East?
Yeah,
Virginia. Pitt was in the Big East.
Yeah, Pitt. Yeah, you did have the Big East, and Virginia Tech was in the Big East.
Yep.
Back when they abandoned basketball.
But hey, that's all on the Atlantic coast, and that's all regional.
Exactly.
Right down.
You got to figure what 90-minute flights from anywhere near Blacksburg to Miami.
Well, you got to get out of Blacksburg first, and that could
that's
probably be a chore.
Okay. Anyway, so thank you, Dan Narva, for that, and it does harken back to the fact that before Virginia Tech, Pitt, and Miami
left for
were
the
in
ACC.
the Big East football. Boston College, that was the only East Coast outlet. So anyways, but college football is just so changing, and man, it just opens itself for a free plug for Bill Conley's book Forward Progress, and we'll put a link in social media for that because Bill's been a friend of the show.
Forward Progress. Are we making progress? Is anything getting better? It doesn't seem like it.
OU's in a 12-team playoff at 10-2. Are you not?
I mean, I like.
You're not entertained.
I like the 12-team playoff. It's all the other crap, the portal windows. Which they're trying to figure that out with just the 1 to 2 portal windows and then no spring window.
Well, I don't know if the quote was legitimate. One of our Texas accounts that we kind of associate with, Ghost of Texas Football, put out a quote that was allegedly from Sarkisian, and he used the phrase guardrails.
My God.
And I mentioned that anytime a coach throws out the phrase guardrails, that means you're getting your tail whooped in NIL and portal and recruiting.
It's like guardrails and we're close.
Yeah. Those are the 2 death nails for a college coach. But I just thought to myself, okay, the most heavily funded school in the nation for their NIL, 40 million?
Oh yeah,
they're at, and they're starting to feel the whiskers of Cody Campbell, itching up on their ass, and basically they're like, we got to do something,
maybe on the back of the neck, but
okay,
not the ass.
All right. Cody Campbell swooping up behind them with whiskers on the back of their neck and a knife to their throat. Oh, sorry, that's a different story.
Redacted.
But where I was going with that is, we had heard all about the SMU funding and the NIL they would have. They better get rolling because Cody Campbell showed that you can get it done on a timeline.
You better when you sign these NIL contracts for these kids, you better put buyouts in there. Somebody needs to start putting buyouts in there.
Oh yeah, they've got to be 2-year contracts.
I mean, how can you go to, let's say, East Carolina for 2 years, develop, become a good player, and then they've been giving you this NIL money that and everything else that goes with being a scholarship athlete. And then I'm going to Texas. And the losing school is just, literally holding the bag.
Yeah,
it doesn't happen that way in pro sports. This is professional football now. If anybody wants to leave, there's compensation going back the other way.
Well, and speaking of the compensation, have you seen the clips of Coach Ed O this week?
I have.
He's letting the genie out of the bottle on everything that people talk about, how things were so good back in the day, and
for him.
Players weren't just floating around for money.
But we all knew that, and we were okay with it.
Well, yeah, but where I go with the whole YouTube checking in, Toslo Blockscom. Hi to you. Thank you for checking in on YouTube. Where I go with that was the sanctimonious crap that we had to hear from Nick Saban, and that they weren't paying players. You know,
They were.
you don't have to pay players. My ass, he don't.
Come on, Nick.
The thing where I give Nick Saban credit is he got high-end talent on campus with high-end salaries and got them to play hard for years.
Well, they probably weren't high-end salaries, but you go to Alabama to play for Nick Saban and get new Hellcat, win
Whatever.
natties,
I mean, it was
make it to
going
the
on.
league. Oh yeah,
it was going on everywhere. And the funny part about Ed Orgeron is how he told the story about Adrian Peterson, and Stoops had already kind of beat him to the punch, getting OU games on the TV at the federal prison where his dad was. And and then Ed O starts trying to move heaven and earth to get his dad transferred to California.
Yeah, that's what Stoops did was very, very minor compared to we're going to move this guy across the country so we can recruit his
and I mean, I think everybody knew that Ed O was moving heaven and earth to get recruits on campus in Compton, so I don't know. But that's an interesting, and I don't blame Ed. Tell your tale. It's in the past now. I think the statute
they can't do anything to him anymore.
He could give a crap about him. Yeah, he could give a crap about show cause or whatever it is that Harbaugh has against him. But he's just gonna go coach football.
Well, he had no show cause because he was fired without cause.
Yeah.
So he got his buyout and went
away. Livin.
Livin.
But anyway, so college football just really, and the playoff begins next Friday. Yep. And everything besides the playoff. Of course, there was so much outrage after Sunday. I wish we could have found time to go on and do an episode because, man, the gnashing of teeth coming from Austin and from South Bend and from Provo was audible. And, I don't
say what you want to about gnashing of teeth at Provo. They're going to play in their bowl game. Sataki has been he's been very candid. They're disappointed, but they still got a game to go play. They've handled it well.
Well,
the other two,
we've said this, Jeremy. 12 teams just means that you're in and you can be fodder for a team that's truly deserves to be in the playoff.
Oh yeah,
because 6 or 8. I can nail down the case for probably no more than 6 or 8 teams that they really have a shot to win a title.
8's a good number.
8's a great number.
8's a good number. I mean, if the 8 team beats the 1 team, that's not a big upset. That's not out of the realm of possibility. Now, JMU going into,
don't they go to Eugene?
Yeah, that's. Okay.
We're getting some comments from YouTube, and we appreciate that. So hi to you also.
So, JMU going to Eugene, they don't have a shot, man.
Funny thing is
Tulane's got a better shot against Ole Miss.
That's what I was going to ask you is I think
Summerall can coach.
Yeah.
I mean, Florida got him they got him a good one. And with everything that's going on in Oxford, Mississippi, it could be a good game. It could.
That's what I mean.
Literally be a good game,
yeah.
And I hope so. Would it be awesome to see Tulane advance? You damn right it would be.
Sure.
It's another week of getting to look at those perfect college football uniforms.
Those truly are astounding.
If they go out there in the baby blue helmets with that stupid green wave on the side with the with the white jerseys and the green pants or the blue pants, against Ole Miss in the Columbia Blues, man, it'll be a feast for the eyes.
Well, Jeremy, it will be interesting to see, and then also Alabama and OU at Owen Field, and Texas A&M hosts Miami of Florida, Ole Miss, Tulane, and Oregon. I personally thought Oregon was the one that I couldn't stand on their resume and give them just an automatic in, other than the fact that they finished with 1 loss in the Big Ten. Their schedule was ass.
Dollar signs.
Yeah, I mean that's a
Nike.
brand.
Nike.
Yeah, Nike. TP checking in. Good morning, gentlemen. Most, if not all, scholarships are year to year, so a 2-year NIL buyout is probably not an option. I know scholarships are year to year, but I mean, if you want to lock down a kid that you're going to pay 6 figures to,
Bryce
then I'm
Underwood.
probably going to ask for 2 years. I mean, I don't know the ins and outs of those contracts, but I got to have a little more than a year, or like you said, buyouts.
It's not. They're not going. Cardale Jones. They are not going to colleges to play school anymore. So scholarships, financial aid packages,
Yeah,
that's a separate thing.
Yeah.
The NIL, and I want to say, was John Mateer a 2-year? I want to say it was
a 2-year contract.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm probably completely off base on that, but I don't think they gave Bryce Underwood all that money at Michigan for just a season,
Yeah, you wouldn't think so.
You wouldn't think so.
But thanks, TP, for checking in. And with you cracking the egg once again, we'll have to delve into it. It's tough. I'm like you. I think we're the same, Jeremy, in the fact that if somebody's ever put on the Crimson and Cream, they get a little extra consideration from us.
He did until I started reading and looking into it, and I was like, oh, no,
sure.
No.
Yeah, there's a lot of ick. But generally, guy that's donned the Crimson and Cream until proven guilty, blah, blah, blah.
This has got to be a big preponderance of evidence to get me to turn on him.
It does. It does. And I just, the whole, first off, you start seeing the posts on social. You and I both follow Twitter, a lot of sports on Twitter. And that's kind of where I think most breaking news stems to, from sources. TP says a lot of times student athletes are quietly asked to get in the portal because they don't pan out. That is true. That
it is called being processed out of the program.
And with Texas having 11 in the portal right now, you kind of have to wonder, do they have something? Do they have more coming in? I don't know. But so I start hearing the stories that Moore's been fired for cause. And then, the cause was indiscretions with a staffer, the accusation, the alleged cause. And then apparently the train goes off the rails and he decides to go handle shit. I don't know. Sorry for the language. Man, I'm telling you, dudes, if you think you can go browbeat someone in this day and time to do what you wish they do, you can find out real quick that ain't going to happen. And I'll tell you this much: the indiscretions, the relationships, all of that, and we've seen with Bobby Petrino, with a lot of other coaches. You can serve some time in D2 and you can come back and kind of get back in the game. I don't think breaking into a home with a knife and causing the police to get called out and having an assault charge in that dynamic will ever get you back in. I mean, I know DJ Durkin killed a kid and he wanders the sidelines now, but man, in this day and time, the optics of breaking into your side piece's house, that's not bueno.
Nah, and don't forget Brian Kelly. He killed a kid also with the scissor lift. Yeah, I don't think he's ever going to coach in college football again.
No.
He has, if he would have just gone away and that was it.
Take your medicine.
But he snapped.
Tell me this. Tell me you didn't think, and I saw it on Twitter, not from you, but I saw it on Twitter when they first announced he was fired for cause. Tell me it wasn't thinking, okay, offensive analyst Sharon Moore, Norman Oklahoma.
I did think that. And then I read it more and I'm like, no, keep this guy away from
it got bad.
This program.
It got real bad. And now it's the out. much less the allegation of domestic violence. It's also the allegation now that you weren't really paying attention to the games. You were busy
Oh my gosh, he was on the
chasing Strange,
sliding into DMs, getting his assistant
yeah,
a $40,000 a year raise.
Ooh,
She went
yeah,
from 53 to 90 something
mhm,
$1,000 a year
yeah.
as an executive assistant or
And I'm
whatever.
sorry, you can't tell me Ward Manuel didn't know exactly what
They
that
all,
bonus was for.
but they all knew, and I think
Yeah,
we talked about it. It was probably off air, but I remember talking about it with somebody that he was getting ready to get fired because he had and at the time I heard about it, I thought it was a student, which would be
in the
even
tradition of
weirder and
Mike Stoops,
creepier.
I would have thought it was a student too.
In the what?
In the tradition of Mike Stoops, I would have thought it was a student too.
You dare besmirch Mike Stoops' good name on this program.
I've seen his wife at the airport. She was a co-ed at U of A. I promise you.
I'm sure she was. You know what? Hey, it's okay.
Now,
Consenting adults, and she didn't work for him.
well, we kind of know the details about the Sharon Moore stuff. I find it a tragedy
And
because go ahead.
yes, it's tragic. There's a family involved. There's 3 daughters.
3
Dude's
babies.
got 3 daughters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you wanna mess up a girl
Uh-huh.
that you're raising, do some crap like
Do
that,
some shit like
okay?
that. Sorry,
Yeah.
I can cuss
Yeah,
word all.
it's okay. It's okay.
Well,
As someone who
and
has a daughter himself, it's like, I got a standard that I have to live up to
yeah,
because this is this is who this is who I want her to marry. I have to set a good
yeah, she's
example.
gotta have an example of what's gonna be good for her in her life.
And this bitch is sliding into OnlyFans DMs,
Yeah.
stalking women,
From what I
just
understand, at halftime,
being a total creep,
Predator is what it was,
predator.
and I know there was some backlash against the I know there's some backlash against the, staffer, that she chose to
She turned his ass in.
yeah, and that's the thing,
I
you can here's the thing, you can be a whore dog as a man of influence and power. It probably helps to keep your whorish ways away from your employee.
I mean, you've been saying the word a lot. Don't shit where you eat.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah.
total. And I think I taught my sons that early. And my oldest son, I think that is his gospel. So
So he's they lost to Oklahoma
mhm,
and it started, hey, Sharon Moore, something's going on there, blah, blah,
yeah,
blah. No details. They lost again. Who'd they lose to?
they lost to
Um,
USC.
they lost to USC. And that's when I heard the affair.
Okay,
But it's like they'd win games, it'd kind of go away. Listen, Sharon Moore was always going to be the placeholder.
yeah,
They paid him like a placeholder. It was weird when they promoted him.
well, and you're handed that job directly out of scandal.
5 million a year, a 5-year contract, 5 million a year, which I'm not. That's a lot of money. That is a
Yeah,
lot of money. But
it's
also,
not U of M money.
they were paying Harbaugh twice that,
Yeah, yeah.
and there's so
Well,
much corruption in that university, top down. I think they're going to fire everybody.
they need to clean house.
They need to start with the AD. Just get rid of everybody, start over, because that has been
You think they'll
just
have a team to face Texas in the Cheez-It Bowl?
I don't think so. I think they'll probably have 22 healthy bodies.
Oh, okay.
It's going to be one of those when LSU played, was it Kansas State in the what bowl was that? Was that the Sugar Bowl when they started a wide receiver at quarterback?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's going to be one of those situations, I think. I mean, the Underwood kid, man, he needs to just bail. Go to
He
LSU, get developed by someone who knows how to develop
he ought to go to
quarterbacks.
USC,
I
honestly.
mean, the idiot when they was talking during the season, well, we need to hire a quarterbacks coach for Bryce. He's been on campus since last December.
Yeah.
Where's what? You don't have the money to do it? You're Michigan, for God's sakes. Make it happen.
Ask Dave Portnoy to cut a check.
Oh, and that dude.
Speaking of that idiot,
Yeah,
I think most of it's clickbait.
he's in total denial.
Yeah.
It's
I mean, you think
it's
about
gonna
it.
get bad up
You
there.
talk about the highs and the lows. I mean, because remember Michigan made the playoff before they won the title and
Yeah.
lost to Sonny Dykes and their sign stealing.
How dare you
Yeah.
talk about Sonny like
I've
that?
besmirched a lot of good people today. So
You wear that double T on your hat and talk about Sonny damn Dykes.
I start getting all 806 up in here, buddy. But anyways, the highs and lows, you win a title, Harbaugh leaves, and you're recovering from all that. And honestly, that Michigan game against Texas in Ann Arbor, I think we talked about it. They went into that just really thinking that the forward pass was not something that was an option. But
Still not an option for J.J. McCarthy.
You sign a 5-year or you sign a 5-star and he comes in and the world is your oyster. And I mean, I'll say this, they probably, if you have a head coach that's truly invested and not diverted by the things that he was diverted by or distracted, you probably, maybe you come into Norman and you play a little better. Maybe you don't lose to USC and LA, but to think that they were going to beat Ohio State in any given parameter, I didn't see that happen.
I mean, they were somewhat competitive in that game, kept them under 30 at least, but
yeah,
it's just one of those things, man. Like you said, head coach is distracted. I don't even know who the OC is up there, but the
interim is Biff Poggi.
Bogey. I don't think he's going to have any affairs anytime soon. I've seen him.
That's what the pictures. Poor guy.
It reminds me of that scene in Eastbound and Down when Kenny Powers is wearing the muscle shirt and Will Ferrell is. God, I can't remember the name of the guy's character, but he looks like Ric Flair with the sunglasses and the hair.
Oh God. Oh yeah.
Explain your blouse.
Down in my plums.
It's a muscle shirt.
Like I
don't see any muscles. I just see a gorgeous set of breasts.
Ashley Schaefer.
Ashley Schaefer.
Man, that scene where he's trying to get Daryl from the office to beat up Katie Powers. I am your master.
Yeah, I tried to get into that show and I just can't.
Eastbound and Down.
Yeah, I cannot stand.
I'm just going to say this with you talking earlier about the standard you want to set for your daughter. I don't see that being viewing in the Schroeder home.
No, and I watched Vice Principals, really liked it.
Eastbound and Down had some. It's a better clip show.
I think so. I think that's the problem.
There was some rough stuff.
It's just too much of. I can't think of his name.
Yeah, Kenny Powers.
Just too much of that act. Danny McBride.
Yeah.
I just can't look at him.
Vice Principals was pretty funny though.
It was funny, but I like Walton Goggins. He's just
fantastic. That might have been the last time I liked Walton Goggins.
You didn't like him Justified?
Funny. Huh?
You didn't like Boyd Crowder?
I never watched that.
You need to watch it. It's a good show.
I'm more of a Longmire guy.
Watch Justified. It's
I don't like either one of them. Law Dog Sports is sponsored by CCW Safe. They provide legal self-defense coverage with plans starting as low as $19 a month. The link on the scroll at the bottom and the link in the description is where we would prefer you to go if you want to check it out. They offer self-defense support, deep expertise with personal care, and self-defense coverage that goes beyond the basics. 2 of the 3 founders are personal friends of mine that I worked with at the Oklahoma City Police Department, and they have a great product and a great company. And if you exercise your Second Amendment rights and you find yourself, before you find yourself in a self-defense coverage issue or self-defense incident, you will want to have the coverage of CCW Safe. All right, so Jamel Hill jumped out and got into her platform and said that Sharon Moore's only fired because he's black.
I don't think we even need to.
Well, and she's got a host of others, and here's where I want to go with this. I don't want to give her play on our show. I don't. Mel Tucker had his incidents at Michigan State.
He sexually harassed a sexual harassment coordinator.
And Dan Narva has had to live that hell. I don't want to refresh things for him. But I do want to pose the question. Are black coaches in college football given a much shorter tether than what white coaches do? Because Marcus Freeman,
by all accounts, is a
I'd love to see him bail on Notre Dame just because they're Notre Dame. But what I would hate for to happen is something regarding anything to do with him. I would hate to see the rinse and repeat thing. And I started looking back, Jeremy, and I know John Blake was not a qualified coach when he came to Norman.
You think?
Well, I know that Sylvester Croom, first black head coach in the SEC at Mississippi State. Sure. I mean, I guess where I'm going at is, are these black coaches stepping into situations where they're really not getting the support initially from their school that, because honestly, Charlie Strong, you can't tell me he stopped learning how to coach football from Louisville to Texas.
True.
And we know what a dysfunctional mess Austin was.
And Charlie tried to clean up that program.
Charlie had to come in and fix a lot of stuff that Mac had let fray. And then he, gets 3 seasons, beats OU once, and then they're ready to jump to Tom Herman, who was the hot commodity, in the words of Dean Blevins, the sexy choice. But I mean, and then Vodka Tom goes in there and just, other than not having a pole assassin and an attack monkey, Tom was just whiskey tango rolling all through Atex.
Well, hey, pole assassin and the G of the monkey are still on staff down there, right? Okay, good. Yeah, I'm glad.
Yeah. Special teams coordinator, wife and pet.
Yes.
But I'm just going at, and I don't mean to give Jamel Hill any click or anything, but I do wonder, because really with the hires, I know we're talking about some big programs, Michigan,
but we're not. But that's the thing, is she is looking at this in a vacuum.
Well, she is, but so, to me, being somebody who wants to think equitably, I want to know, is there some other study that will go deeper that would show that black coaches really are getting a fair shake when they sign with a school?
In the year of our Lord 2025, I believe they are. Billy Napier got Tyrone Willingham. He always won well with other teams' players. Once he got his guys on campus, it fell apart. You would agree with that, yes. Houston Nutt did too, and he got his ass fired in much the same manner at 2 institutions as Tyrone Willingham.
Yeah.
Bobby Petrino did the same crap that Sharon Moore that they covered up for how many years now at Michigan until it finally became public and they had to do something, and they did it. Bobby Petrino flamed out spectacularly at Arkansas. He had won a lot of games at Arkansas, had him relevant again. Same thing.
Yeah.
One's white, one's black, same treatment, equal but fair, right? Okay. You would agree with that.
All right.
Billy Napier at Florida, how many seasons did he get at Florida?
Was he in his third
season? Out the door.
Yeah. Well, I'll just say this, like, I go back, and when Charlie Weiss kind of had a flare-up season and then went straight back to mediocrity, I just thought, well, you could have probably done the same with Tyrone Willingham. But that's
Manny Diaz got replaced at Miami by Mario Cristobal for, only winning 8 games a year.
We're not talking about Latinos. It's not.
Well, I'm just saying, we're doing black white. I'm just.
I know.
I'm just kind of because
I was just throwing in an old dad racial joke in there
because Tom Herman got his ass fired and they won 11 games in a Sugar Bowl.
Was he 3 seasons at Texas or 4?
4.
4.
Man, Mike Leach got fired after a made up story about Craig James' kid.
Sure. Eric Richardson checking in on Facebook. Have to step out. Great listening to you, Chuck and Jeremy, as well. You all stay safe. Eric Richardson, a good man there, and checking in.
Thanks,
with
Eric.
us. Eric, thank you so much for commenting. To me, it just begs the question: is there a situation? Are there things at play where black head coaches are not getting the support once they step into a program? Because I mean, you can't tell me that the boosters down on 6th Street or in Congress Avenue were really going to back Charlie Strong.
I mean, I'm not naive enough to think that some of these people don't have prejudices.
Sure.
But if someone is hired, you want it to work, right? You're there, you're just wasting time and money.
Better than going through the buyout, I would think.
And knowing the ages of these boosters, they want to win now. It's like Jerry Jones, I'm going to keep screwing with it until we win.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, Howard Schnellenberger got fired after 1 damn year.
Yeah. All right. So, I don't like to see anything from Jamel Hill. I mean, you talk about somebody that's been given opportunity after opportunity. But it did make me think, and I just thought, well, Sylvester Croom, it was Mississippi State. You think he really had to go after 3 or 4 seasons? I mean, what? Because I always said that about Texas Tech before they became, NIL conglomerates.
Yeah.
What are you firing Matt Wells for? What are you firing Kingsbury for? What is it you expect from that program?
I'll tell you why they fired Kingsbury. He couldn't win with Patrick Mahomes as his quarterback. That's why. It wasn't
his side of the ball that was the problem, Jeremy.
Yeah. Well, guess who the burden falls to when one side of the ball is unsuccessful.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned the cleaning house at Michigan. Ward Manuel obviously got to go.
Gotta go.
I mean, when you got Vern Lundquist coming out saying, "Yeah, I heard the stuff, but I wasn't going to come out with it on December 1st." then they allow more to go through signing day.
Oh yeah.
What's the point of that? Because every recruit can bail now.
Well, they get the class signed. And you hope you have a puncher's chance you hope you have the puncher's chance that you hire a coach that these kids will want to play for.
So with that token or with that turn in topic, thank you very much. You're a great segue artist. Kalen DeBoer, is he the Michigan coach by next week?
No.
Who is? Les Miles?
Oh, that'd be freaking awesome. I like this team's resolve. Do they have grass up there? Because he grazes.
Yeah, he does graze.
Les Miles is still, glowing green toxic. He's not getting hired anywhere. And he's like 80.
Do they go with a hot coordinator?
And this is the Michigan is so delusional. They're just going to plug someone else in from the Harbaugh tree and roll with it because they're not going to do anything.
Isn't it like 11 assistants under Harbaugh that
the defensive coordinator for the Chargers will be the next head coach at Michigan, and I can't think of what his name is right now. It's not Shane Steichen. It's oh my gosh, because he was the D coordinator at Michigan.
Yeah, your text to me, I think you're dead on because I think Ryan Hyatt was dealing with that last night.
Oh, yeah. Defensive coordinator, Chargers. Oh, my gosh. I don't know why I can't think of this guy's Jesse Minner.
Oh, yeah. I've heard that name.
I think he'll be the guy just because they're too delusional and prideful to change. They will just roll a new guy in there.
But would a new AD do the same?
A new AD would be forced to.
Okay.
Because you're not bringing anybody. You are probably not bringing in a Michigan man, the height of integrity to be your next AD because it's gotten extremely ugly up there.
That Michigan man stuff has just really kind of become super cringy.
It has.
I mean, just the ones that are throwing that out there.
Mm-hmm.
I apologize to our Twitter X audience. Apparently, we don't have the ability to allow you to comment. So I will work. I thought I had that fixed, and I don't know. I will work on that. Find out what's going on with that. So, you know, this has just been such a sordid week, and like I said, initially, dude's former Crimson and Cream played at OU. I would have probably, been on his side a bit. Now I did get the notification you reposted it, so
I did.
maybe, but I don't. It shows that comments are not available for Twitter X, so my apologies. Subscribe to YouTube and solve that. But
in my personal headcanon, Kalen DeBoer leaves for Michigan. Lincoln Riley goes somewhere like maybe Alabama, loses their minds and hires Lincoln Riley. Then USC has to, or Alabama pays LSU and hires Kiffin,
Lane Train,
or Sark heads over to Bama, and we just have chaos again.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think I mentioned musical chairs in the description. Yeah, coaching musical chairs starts again. Jed Fish, I think, was a name I heard mentioned.
I did hear Jed Fish because he has been on staff at Michigan.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I'll say this: not a Michigan fan per se. I think about our childhood, Jeremy, when Michigan and Ohio State, Penn State, they could all play 9 times out of 10. And Barry Switzer, Nebraska, and Miami were just going to truck them most of the time, except for that Fiesta Bowl for Penn State.
And Barry Switzer was going to truck Nebraska, and Miami was going to truck Oklahoma.
But there was a day and time when the Rose Bowl was just nap time before the Orange Bowl.
That's true. I
mean, that is solid truth right there.
Washington State against Michigan in the Rose Bowl. Snooze.
Yeah. Well, even back, just in the I just think about the 80s, when the super sanctimonious Keith Jackson was calling his beloved Big Ten, Pac-10 matchup.
Super sanctimonious. How dare you?
Screw that guy. But anyway,
get him harder than a blackjack pine.
Somebody let the barn door open. Anyways, so it'll be interesting to watch, and I'll be saying prayers for Sharon Moore's family, and then also him. He's got a problem, and one thing we don't talk about, Jeremy, is the effects of drug addiction, alcoholism. Those are things that we see just rampant. I mean, they are so highly visible. They are out there. People lose everything because of drug addiction, alcoholism. They get in trouble with the law, whatever the case is. But two things that go under the radar and are really kind of, I don't want to say promoted, but they're kind of condoned or just kind of a blind eye. That's gambling addiction and sex addiction. And I'm being kind of serious.
He needs to call Tiger Woods and find out how he navigated these waters.
Well, I'm just saying, we live in a culture and it's just gambling and sex are everywhere.
Sure.
And I'm not trying to get all high and pious here, but I mean, we see the damage that it's doing to lives. I mean, I've seen specials or programs talking about the dopamine hit that these gambling addicts go through when they hit something. It rivals meth, and that's scary because you can kind of you may lose your home, but you'll lose it in a foreclosure instead of just I mean, and then it's just a case where, and I watched that Diddy documentary last week, and it's just plain obvious that sex addiction, sexual deviance is just ingrained in a lot of culture things in this country.
You think?
And like you said, you as a father of daughters, of me as a daughter, me as a father of sons, I haven't been perfect throughout my life, but you do have to set the standard. You do have to show them the quote guardrails of a life that won't
We're
be
close.
That won't be inhabited by constant pressure and upheaval and addiction. So I'll get off my high horse, but at the root of it all, I mean,
I'm sorry I started laughing. I was just thinking of the South Park episode of after the Tiger Woods
yeah,
thing.
yeah, that was classic. I wasn't trying to jump on you, I promise. But,
Don't read what I just sent you out loud, please.
no, I won't. I won't read it till we're off the air. But yeah, so, and that's the thing. If you have money, power, or position, you know, it's going to be something you're going to have to be willing to steer clear of. And then I saw some guy, I think he's some sort of preacher or something, saying that, you know, maybe the men in positions of power shouldn't hire beautiful women to be their assistants or something like that. And then somebody took that and ran with it. Oh, so if you're pretty, you know, you can't have a job, you know.
And then the Costanza meme started.
Was that wrong?
Was that wrong?
You might have known. All right, let's get to some more happy stuff, and we will probably do a preview episode next week of the OU Bama playoff. Also, the other playoff games coming up, as we mentioned, Oregon hosting James Madison, Ole Miss hosting Tulane, and Texas A&M hosting Miami and Florida. You know, you think about Texas A&M, how they must feel knowing that their bitter rival knocked them out of a bye week. You know, and an SEC championship appearance.
Yeah, you know, your schedule lined up for you to make that run.
Yeah,
because you had nobody on it.
Is, you know, and
outside of Notre Dame.
That's the thing. I was looking at the schedule releases yesterday for Texas and OU. I didn't check out any other in the SEC, but like Texas, they flipped their schedule. You know, because what they've had Florida, Mississippi State, Kentucky, Vanderbilt, and Georgia this last cycle, first two seasons, other than Georgia kicking their head in three times. You know, it's allegedly to have been a pretty cake run. So next year they get Ole Miss, LSU, no Bama, no Georgia.
No.
OU gets Florida.
OU's got Florida and Georgia.
Florida and Georgia. And so I'm just does Texas get Tennessee next year?
I do not know. Man, I'm sitting here.
I had the graphic and I don't have it.
I know it. And
anyway, what I was going to say is you start looking at it, Jeremy, and in year 3, the Texas Longhorns will face 4 teams in their conference schedule that have new head coaches.
So, okay, so they've got Texas State, Ohio State, UTSA. Then they open up conference play with Tennessee.
Yeah.
Bye week, Oklahoma, Florida, Ole Miss, Mississippi State, Missouri, LSU, Arkansas. Close the season with Texas A&M.
Yeah. So it's imperative that Brent gets a Texas win next season. Just saying.
Man, I'm telling you. The only thing that could make it okay to lose next year is if they win the Natty this year. Okay. You know what I mean?
All right. So anyway, college football playoff previews will be next week. We will be on at 9:30. It was a miscommunication between Jeremy and myself to start at 9:30 today, but next week we will be on Friday morning, 9:30 to preview OU versus Bama predominantly. How about your Thunder, buddy? They win in the quarterfinals of the NBA Cup and dominant fashion over Phoenix. Grayson Allen is a punk. We knew that. But I mean, is this team really going to make a serious run at that Golden State and Bulls all-time win record?
Yes.
I don't see why not.
Listen, Chuck. They just beat a team by 50 the other night, resting their starters in the fourth quarter. And everyone keeps talking. This is the first time they played with their starting lineup. No, Hartenstein's out. Yeah. Isaiah Joe's out. So they haven't been at full strength one time this year. They're 24-1. It's ridiculous. They are. It's just it's so different. You know, they tied the Warriors for the best start ever.
25-1, right?
20. Yeah. Are they 25-1 or are they 24-1? Yeah.
24-1. Sorry.
Yeah. It's Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, coming off an MVP, is somehow playing better than he did last year.
Mm-hmm.
As far as he's shooting close to 50% from three. He's not getting the line as much, but his shooting percentage is higher.
Yeah.
It's absolutely insane. He's shooting, I think his true shooting was something like 66%. He's up there with Shaq for true shooting percentage. Think about a guy who took all of his shots within the shadow of the basket to a guy that is taking threes. He's a mid-range guy, so you should love him.
I do.
He's got the drive rate. He's got the highest drive rate in the league for guards.
Sure.
And he's somehow better than he was last year.
Well, they will be in action tomorrow night, 8 p.m. against the San Antonio Spurs. That will be at Paycom Center in Oklahoma City. Thunder 24-1. They are first in the Western Conference. Spurs are coming off of a nice win over the Lakers and a game where they didn't have Victor Wembanyama and still got out and just outran an old squad. I mean, that Spurs team, buddy, they will get out and hustle.
When is the delusion of the Lakers going to be over?
Well, it's a media bulldozer, Jeremy, because all you got to do is talk about how great they are or what they need to be great again, and it generates a buzz. Because I saw the Rich Paul, I saw a clip of the Rich Paul interview. I think was it Bill Simmons or Max Kellerman, one of the two, and he's sitting there talking about, he's basically, throwing Austin Reeves out with the dishwater, and saying, this team isn't built right now to make the Western Conference Finals. Yeah, they're not. And you know what? They won't be if you trade off Austin Reeves either. Because
he's the only player they have right now. They don't have a rim protector. DeAndre Ayton, I'm sorry. I know you're averaging a block a game. You ain't that. Luka's going to stuff a stat sheet. Pay attention to what his plus minus is. In the raw plus minus, he will always be low because he's too busy being lazy, getting back on defense, jawing with the referees because he feels like every time he touches the basketball, he should be granted free throws. LeBron's 41.
Yep.
He's 41.
All it is now is trying to set up highlights and get stat lines that just make people go, oh my gosh, he's 41 and you had a double-double.
Michael Jordan played 82 games at 41 years old.
Sure. Max Patton says the Thunder will win 76 games.
There we go. 76 games, 76-6. That's crazy. That's I've dreamed about times like these. I thought it was going to happen when we had KD and Russ, but
yeah,
man, just how organically this team was put together.
Stephen Castle. Oh, go ahead.
And it's the best team in the NBA. Could be a historically great team.
Yeah, I mean that I don't know. The things you see from them, I just look at it and say,
that's how you're supposed to play ball.
What do you see about them that would go away?
Oh, I know.
That's the thing. It's the bread and butter of basketball.
They all play defense
excellently.
They play great team defense. They hustle. They seem like they're having fun even when they're out there kicking people's butts by 50.
Yeah. Here's another thing, Jeremy. In that Spurs and Lakers game the other night, Spurs out-rebounded the Lakers 57-45, and that was without Wemby. So
that's pretty significant.
Rebounding is all about effort. And
that's right.
They had 30 points from Stephen Castle, and that, like I said, that was without Wemby. But it'll be an interesting match tomorrow night. I won't be able to see it because I'll likely be doing high school basketball, but I'll be interested to see the results and the highlights from the Paycom Center, and Wemby is a game-time decision in that one.
I guess in a couple of weeks when the Lakers fall to that 10 seed, is that when we're going to see a playoff mode from LeBron?
Yeah, it'll be
right around Christmas.
Yeah,
is that sustainable?
Yeah. All right, so I watched the Kansas City Chiefs last Sunday, and man, kudos to you and Marty Wandry and all of our Chiefs fans for bearing through this season, but it is bad. I mean,
yeah.
Rashee Rice, I swear, he just looked like he was. I mean, now he got plastered on one crossing route,
He did
from
get belted.
I think Petrie of the Texans. But I mean, Houston was trying to give them that game,
I know.
and just nobody from Kansas City wanted to step up. They can't run the ball. They can't catch the ball. I'm not even going to bag on Mahomes. I mean,
So you're missing 3 offensive linemen, then a 4th goes down when, our guy from Oklahoma, uh, dang it, he hurt his knee.
mhm.
So now you're missing another O lineman.
What's Orlando Brown doing now?
It's with the Bengals,
Okay.
not protecting Joe Burrow's blind side.
Well, I as I watched that game, and I mean, and I'm not a Patrick Mahomes defender per se. I mean, I recognize the true talent he's brought to his position and what he's accomplished. But I mean, golly, some of his passes look like he's straining to get them to a receiver, and then Rashee Rice dropped several. Kelsey should have been pulled after that interception where he had it in his hand and then just bobbled it up. I mean,
This whole season has felt like that Buccaneers Super Bowl, where Mahomes is just trying to do everything, and a
yeah,
lot of times it's detrimental. But he's just, he's leading the team in rushing. He's, you know, running around for dear life because his O lineman couldn't block wind,
yeah,
and putting the ball right in receivers' hands and they can't catch it.
yeah.
It's
And man, there was
wild.
a deep ball he threw to Thornton that I won't. I mean, maybe it should have been laid out a little bit further out, but the defender was able to knock it out. But he can still get the ball down the field. But
I would hope so. He's 30.
we talk about windows, and I think that was some of the conversation was, is this a team that has to rebuild or just reload? I mean, we know this, Jeremy, and I think our favorite college football program is realizing this also. You want to win football games, you've got to win the trenches. That
Yeah.
is where it all stems from. That's why Jalen Hurts is getting second guessed now and talked about because of their 3-game losing streak. Anything good that happens to or bad, good or bad that happens to an offense, it starts in the trenches. And you know what? And I'm going to go on the air here right now and say I'm pretty impressed by the second half of the season by Arch Manning. That kid threw some balls, and you think about facing the OU pass rush. You think about now, he didn't do much at Athens, but I mean, there were some games in that. Some of the throws he made in that Texas A&M game, throws he made when they were down 17 to Mississippi State. And that's where I'll just say they're already revamping the hype machine on him and talking about him being the next Saints franchise quarterback. I heard last night.
There'd be one franchise in the NFL that I would. Well,
and I don't think they're talking about next season, to clarify.
But there's several bad organizations in the NFL, and the Saints are one of them. I wonder if they would pull the power play and tell them, no, we're not coming there, just like they did with
The Mannings.
Eli. Yeah.
Oh, I think he'd go to New Orleans. I think
he'd go to New Orleans.
He's named after Grandpa. You think he wouldn't want to go down
there? You think Archie really loved his time with the Saints?
They stayed there. I mean, that's where they all went to school.
Maybe they loved the city, but the organization was.
Oh, it's the organization's ingrained that thread.
I watched a documentary about Archie Manning the other morning, and they pushed him out as a starter, so there may be hard feelings. I know none of them are still there, but
yeah, that's why
it was a trash organization then. It got better for a little while because they were cheating, and it's a trash organization now.
And start Spencer Rattler.
Well, they're perpetual cap hell.
Yeah.
They haven't had any quarterback play since Drew Brees and that noodle he had hanging from his shoulder retired.
Yeah. Hey, Phillip Rivers. How about Phillip Rivers, baby? I want to see that guy. I want to see the father of 10 and grandfather.
Was Steve DeBerg not available?
Who?
Was Steve DeBerg not available?
Elvis Gerbach.
He's 44.
What's Ryan Tannehill doing?
Well, he's not 44.
No, that's my question. Where's Ryan Tannehill?
We were talking about that the other day. I'm like, they should probably kick the tires on Ryan Tannehill. He's an NFC South guy or AFC South guy. Probably got some tread left on the tires.
I've heard that that
Rivers
back name
retired.
popped up.
He had the ACL, but other than that, he was fairly healthy his entire career. So yeah, he's probably got a few miles left.
Yep. Heck, bring Fitzmagic off of the dais there on Amazon.
Nah, he's not the answer.
Come on, play along. Fantasy football is
What's Mark Sanchez doing these days?
There you go. Another Ed O recruit.
Fantasy football. Let's go.
Yeah. So I'm trailing 33-0 to Damon Schultz right now in the consolation quarterfinals. I didn't make the championship, but we want to send out congratulations to Luke Clement at KWI Right Media Sports, and then I finished 5th in the regular season with 9-5 record and behind Goat Herd Fellowship. But anyway, so fantasy football wrapping up, and then we would be remiss, Jeremy, without giving some shout out to our friend Connor Carr. And what a rough week for him, man. That picture of that crash he had on Meridian in Oklahoma City, good gracious. They have been stung this year in car crashes.
Well, the year's almost over, so hopefully the luck will turn.
But Connor Carr is the champion of the college football pick'em for Law Dog Sports. He finished with 194 points and a 55% rate. You finished with 184 points and a 52% rate. And I finished with 168 points and a 47% rate. So bad weeks for me, and Bill Lord finished second in that. So congratulations, Connor. We'll get your prize out to you for that. You didn't make the playoffs, I don't believe, in fantasy football. And Jeremy, you were way down there.
Hey, I won my last 4.
Okay, 4-game win streak. Something to build on for next year.
20 teams. It was a little, picking 19th. It was a little sparse.
Hey, congratulations to Jacob Rodriguez of the Texas Tech Red Raiders and just all of the defensive awards. He has garnered the Butkus Award, the Nagurski Award, and wins the Heisman fan poll by a large margin, and then doesn't get invited to New York City. So what does the fan poll purpose serve?
Nothing. None.
Exactly.
It serves no purpose.
So don't participate next year.
Just waiting for the Groza to be announced, but that should be Tate Sandell.
Tate Sandell. Also, all SEC teams. Was a Satania on?
Second team all SEC.
Yeah.
You had R. Mason Thomas.
Kicker, where were they at?
They were both first team.
First team. So that was
and
the 2
R. Mason Thomas was first
R. Mason
team.
was first team?
Yep.
Okay. I saw the graphics, and then I get kind of lost on those. But congratulations to all of the Sooners. Eric Morris had his press conference at OSU earlier in the week. Let AD Weiberg know that they damn sure can win a championship at OSU. It'll be interesting to watch him, and honestly, I'll be rooting for him, and who he brings from that North Texas squad will be interesting.
Yeah, hopefully they bring Mestamaker
and Caleb Hawkins. That would be two nice selections for the Pokes to get on campus. Looks like 2 minutes ago, Sharon Moore, 7 hours ago, facing arraignment in his assault case. So, man, hopefully that turns out to not end up being even more tragic. All right, Jeremy, we need to get out of here. Are you going to watch Army Navy tomorrow?
I may work that in.
Blake Horvath. That's all I know.
Yeah, just relive the team that beat OU.
How about the Army season? What didn't they get blown out by North Texas and then go to Manhattan and beat Kansas State?
And I think they lost to Tulsa, didn't they?
Oh,
that's just somebody weird.
Yeah, I think so. I couldn't believe Tulsa lost to UAB.
I can't.
Obviously, the Dilfer effect was not in play. All right, we want to thank everybody that checked in this morning, and thank you for tuning in and also commenting. We appreciate all of our YouTube comments as well. Please subscribe at Law Dog Sports. What do you got?
They did lose to Tulsa 26-25.
That was it. Yeah. Anyways, so Max Patton, Eric Richardson, Dan Narva, TP, and also anybody else who checked in with us. We appreciate you. We always invite the comment section to be active during the broadcast. So for Jeremy Schroeder, ruler of the airways, I'm Chuck Ramsey, the Law Dog. Be sure to check out CCW Safe for legal self-defense coverage with plans starting as low as $19 a month. The link on the scroll is where we'd prefer you to go. Also, the link is in the description of this stream. Be safe out there. Don't text and drive, and sure don't drink and drive. We'll talk to you real soon.